Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Merch Minds podcast episode number 36. My name is Glen. I have a YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks. This is Yong, and we also have a very special guest today.
We do have a special guest. I actually almost didn't make it to the show, man. I was supposed to go to Oakland to go to the parade. Go Warriors again. Sorry, Bash. Go Warriors. Didn't make it to the parade, and then my allergies started acting up. I almost didn't make it to the show, but you know what? I'm here for you guys. The show must go on. I can't make any excuses.
You're a warrior.
I'm a warrior. Go Warriors.
And our special guest, Margaret.
The beautiful Margaret.
Stop it.
Okay, I will.
I was supposed to have my boys with me. All the boys in Merch Talk.
Yeah,
so your crew.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be an episode like, you know, it was like the Merch Minds versus the Merch Talk.
Yeah.
And initially, I guess the boys had agreed, and then at the last minute, they all flaked out.
Well, so they had very valid reasons. They didn't necessarily flake. But
They did.
I joke that whenever you asked us, I sent out that Anchorman fight scene.
Sure.
You know, like the evening news versus the Channel 4 news, and no.
Yeah.
Just me.
but she's here representing Merch Talk by herself. I don't know, man. I think she can take us on, Glenn.
I know. It doesn't mess around.
You know, I do a lot of trash talking on the show, but you know, I think when it comes to it, I think she can take all of us down here.
Yes, sir. So before we start with that and numbers, though, so now we're going to share Margaret's numbers with our numbers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty exciting. But before we start that, Young's kind of funny when it comes to this. I mean, there's no hiding this, right?
What?
DesignCandy.io.
No.
I mean, every single show, which I was thinking about, what if we just go, out and beyond? We're just like, are you tired of coming up with different ideas, merch, like all these different like cool voices, but it just didn't work out that way. So let's just get into DesignCandy.io, $10 a design. And if you want to go onto the site, you get 2 free designs if you mention Merch Minds. And if you have any questions with DesignCandy.io, you can talk to Travis. He is in the Merch Minds Facebook group. And DesignCandy.io, $10 a design, and you just plug those bad boys right into your merch account. So go take a visit to their website. And Yong also uses them. So you can do. Yes, Yong does use their design. So contact Yong if you want to, but buyer beware.
Buyer beware.
He might just bite your hand off.
No, come on.
He's a shark out there.
I'm a shark.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Talk to us about your numbers, Yong.
Oh, you want me to go first? Well,
yes.
You know what? I'll go first, but I'm not going to say much, and I'll tell you why. Okay, you guys.
You want to surprise us?
I do, man, because you guys know, and I think the longtime listeners know that my goal for the end of June was to hit the 4,500 mark in royalties, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hit it. It's still early in the month. We're at the halfway point. So I really want to surprise everyone at the end of the month. But I will say this: this has by far been the highest paying month, or at least it will be, outside of December. So we'll see.
So no numbers then.
No numbers, at least not yet. Like I said, I'll
you're gonna wait until the last day of the month,
exactly,
or last episode of this month.
Of course.
Ridiculous. I mean, this is our show, and he doesn't want to share numbers.
Hey, pipe down, okay? What's your numbers like?
Okay, can you share? I don't know. Should we go into what about the May numbers? You got those right? I mean, that came in today or yesterday?
Yeah. So I saw that, and I thought, well, so I think it's fair to say that whenever we see our royalties in our dashboard, I think it's fair to say that most people are aware that those are estimated royalties.
Mm-hmm.
So my estimated royalties, and when I announced it last month, it was $3,600, and when I checked today to see the actual payout, it was a little over $3,700. So not bad at all
For May.
for me. Yes,
I know. So it was more than what you kind of predicted.
it was more. Mm-hmm.
Okay, very nice. And Margaret, you want to talk about either your weekly or you could do your May?
No, hold on, man. We're gonna save the best for last. Why don't you go? She's our guest. She's our guest. Well, why don't you talk your numbers here, buddy?
It's because I've been talking a lot already, so I figured you want to hear a different voice.
No.
Okay. May 2017. It was a little bit more than what I kind of thought too, and I think an estimated royalty, but $5,192.
Damn.
Last 7 days, kind of been the same. 220 products sold, estimated royalties 1,200. So nothing has really changed, even with Father's Day or 4th of July or none of that stuff. It's been the same consistent numbers, or maybe up and down a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Sure. Okay. Anything else?
Oh, no, I'm done.
All right, Margaret.
So, you want my main numbers, or you want
any numbers you want to share with us?
Any numbers you want to share? We'll be more than happy to.
Okay. So yeah, my estimated May numbers were about $1,344.
Nice.
I know, right? But my actual, like what they posted, what was it today?
What was it? 10,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You got it right, Yong.
Right on the money. Yeah. 1,479. So it was up. Yeah.
Good.
I know. I'm really excited. I was going to say also, I like to look at where I was this time last year rather.
Sure.
So last year in May, my profits were $64.
Oh my gosh. What a difference a year makes, right?
I know. That's crazy.
I mean, I like to share that because I get comments frequently about, a lot of people share these huge numbers right out of the gate, making tons of money. And I'm like, no, it took time, right? It takes time to get there.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened with you and I is that we just happened to get into merch after they started applying all those limitations and restrictions. Like Glen was super fortunate where he got in right in the beginning and there really were no rules, right? He was just unlimited uploads and it's just
do whatever you want.
Yeah, he can do backflips and all kinds of stuff. But no, that's awesome, Margaret. That's that's $1,400. I can do a lot with $1,400.
I mean, this month it's on track to do better. My best month was December of 2016, and so this month is on target to do better than that month. So I'm excited about that.
Nice. Would you mind sharing like what your
my
estimate is, right
at about the 2,000 mark? So it might be 19 something, 2,000 something. Yeah, I was averaging. So last month my daily shirt sales was about 7 or so shirts a day, 7 or 8, and now my daily shirt sales are between 10 and 15 a day. So it's going up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're actually going to catch up to me, it sounds like, at some point.
Well, you have to have a what do you call it? A marker. Like you're looking up to Glen and trying to catch up with Glen, and here I am trying to catch up with Yong.
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
So, and it's always good to have friendly competition.
I agree.
Yeah. So we don't have any specific topic. I mean, we are going to talk about merch, obviously, but Glen, I think you mentioned you had some questions or some statements for Margaret. Is that something you want to get into now, or?
Sure, let's get into that. We have, special guest, Margaret.
She's in the hot seat.
I know. So Texas Gal treasures over 10,000 subs.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, over 10,000 subs.
Congratulations, Margaret.
Thanks.
Very impressive.
Gosh, very.
Yeah. So how pumped were you at that 10,000? Once
that was huge. Yeah, it was huge. It was.
When did you hit that mark?
A couple months ago.
Okay.
A month ago. It was exciting, yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We're not gonna lie here. I mean, 10,000 subs is very
Of
impressive.
course. No, of course.
Yeah.
And adding on to that, weekly merch talk episodes for everybody that's interested out there. You guys do this. What day is it per week? At least what day?
Now it is Mondays at usually 1:00.
Yeah, because I'm
Okay.
all thrown out. Because I remember at one point it was on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it was at Wednesdays around noon. That was when my kids were in school.
Okay.
Now my kids are home for summer.
Okay.
So we had to like change that up.
Okay.
Okay. Very nice. And I've done a lot of I always do a lot of research on my guests, which but so the last time we talked to
It's kind
Margaret
of scary.
on this podcast, November of 2016.
It's been that long?
Yes, episode number 8.
Man. And
Wow.
Margaret, you got to stop by more often. You're obviously a good friend of the podcast. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
So in November, Margaret was at the 500 tier and selling about 3 shirts per day, more or less.
Man.
And now, I know it's crazy. Now, June 2017, averaging about 9 to 10 shirt sales per day. Is that right? Am I somewhat getting that right?
It's usually more than, it's usually 10 to 15.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, man. Even better. Even better.
Man, what kind of research you doing, dude? Get your facts straight, okay?
You're like, this is some lazy research.
Yeah. Man.
Don't push me down, man.
You're like 9 to 10. You're like, boy, I'm at 15.
Make me some up.
All right, so even then, at 3 sales, more or less, when we talked, I mean, November, that's a huge difference. Almost, that's like 5 times the amount you were doing in November. What did you do that you can let the listeners know and to help them grow from that? It's like 8 months ago, from not only the 500 tier, but the sales per day.
Well, when I was selling at that point, I never missed an upload. If I was able to upload shirts, I uploaded that number every single day. You guys know, I mean, I'm an eBay Etsy seller as well, so that just sort of fell off. I think I've, listed a couple things this week, but not a whole lot. But I just saw such potential with merch, and I really believe there's that quote that's, what you focus on expands. So I really focused on, designing and uploading for merch, and just up until the point when I was able to upload 30 shirts a day, that's when I kind of hit that brick wall where I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to go down.
I messaged you, Glenn, and I was like, how are you doing this?
I know.
Like, I'm not.
I know. Yeah, it just got out of control, especially I was just like, man, this is really, really tough. And how has your game plan changed since you've tiered up to 2,000? Yong.
Hey, look here, man. You're bringing up a topic that's really, really bad for me, man. It's just I don't know what's going on, but basically what Glenn is saying is and I'm not bragging, okay? I'm not bragging, but I think I've sold more shirts than Margaret.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
but,
yeah, for sure.
But for some reason you got tiered to the 2,000 level, and I'm still at the 1K tier. And Glenn, I don't know if you saw that comment the other day, but someone had mentioned, excuse me, someone had mentioned it's because I don't have all my slots filled. But and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, right? I mean, doesn't the terms of service say it's based on sales? So regardless of how, so I'm at the 1K tier, and I only have like 420 shirts right now. But I've sold like over 2,000 shirts, so technically I should be at the 2K tier based on the terms of services. It's not based on how many shirts that I have live, right?
Technically.
So something's going on. Something's going on.
But
anyway,
those things otherwise.
I have a different theory, but
you do? Okay.
I think it's changed. I do. I have proof-ish.
Wait, so you believe is based on your activity, like not perform. Well, I mean, obviously performance, but you know,
No.
how many designs you upload as well?
Like cuteness. Yeah, of course.
Cuteness. Well, then I should be at the 10,000 tier then.
My sister got teared up. No, no, I
Your sister got teared up too?
To
I'm so
2,000. Her sister's at 2,000.
already. she was at the 10 tier. She was at 10. She slash I uploaded 10 shirts to her account, and she sold one shirt, and she's tiered up to 25. Where people that are at the 10 tier that haven't sold anything or maybe aren't switching things up haven't tiered up at all. I think they are looking at activity as well. I think because I was uploading every single day, and up until the 30 point, up until I got tiered up, basically, I think there were maybe 2 days where I didn't upload. I uploaded every single day. I don't know.
Somebody give me Jeff's number. I need to contact that guy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's speculation, you know, unless they were like, dang, Margaret's sister's cute. Let's bump her up, you know?
Bow chicka bow wow. Let's tear her up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how many shirts do you have live right now, Margaret?
I think it's like 1,300. I have a totally different
Dang, that's you've really been uploading a lot per day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
1,300.
Yeah. I have a different business model 1303 is where I'm at than Yong. I know we're gonna go to loggerheads over this, but that's cool. Whatever works, right?
No, I mean, whatever works for you, that's fine. But yeah.
So and so you must have. Okay, did you at one point when you got to the tier of 1,000, did you fill up the 1,000, or were you at like 700 something and then they tiered you up to 2,000? Like, where were you when they tiered you up to 2,000?
I was I hadn't filled my slots yet. I know that because I've never filled all the way. Maybe at the 500 I had filled up, but I had never filled up to the 1,000. Yeah.
Okay. And how many can you upload per day?
Now it's 40 per day.
40. And then how many can you physically upload per day?
I try 5 to 10. Today I was great. I did a lot. So
what's a lot? Like
so
15?
Today I did 23.
That is a lot.
Okay, good. And so I guess what you said you hit kind of like that wall. I think I kind of hit that too. I was just like, man, there's no way I can do it to fill up these daily uploads. So has your game plan changed since being tiered up to 2,000, or are you? What's your game plan now at this point?
Well, now up until this last couple weeks, these last 2 weeks, I've hit on a niche or two that I am really going after because it's working. And, you know, like, for example, I uploaded shirts yesterday and some of them have already sold today. And so I can't get them up quick enough, that kind of thing. Found some niches that are really underserved, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so I feel that's why I did so many today, because I felt like I've got to hurry before, you know, somebody else jumps in there and sees like, oh, hey, there's only so many of these.
So,
you know?
so you're playing the numbers game. You're just trying to upload as much as you can. Yes.
Yeah, but you make it sound bad.
No, I'm not. Am I really? No, I'm not.
I hear you in the past, like people just uploading garbage, you know.
Well, I've seen shirts, and I think it's fair to say that all of us seen shirts out there. That's just. I mean, and maybe I'm just being too. Maybe I should rephrase that. You know. No. You know what? I'm not going to rephrase
no,
it.
I've seen them too.
Yeah, it's garbage. Okay. It's
yeah.
Let's face it.
Yeah, I'm not uploading garbage.
Okay, no, and I'm not accusing you. And I think, Glenn, I mean, you're still designing and uploading what, 5-10 per day?
Yeah, I try to get around that, at least like 10 per day, more or less.
Because I think it's fair to say that in the beginning, before some of these limitations had kicked in, I think we were all playing the numbers game, right? I mean, I admit I was doing that too, but then it just got to the point where, now I can upload 20 shirts per day, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I can upload 20 shirts per day. I told myself from now I'm just going to do at most 3 per day, and they're going to be quality designs. And when I say quality, I'm spending maybe a couple of hours per design. I know I have way too much time in my day. Well, I thought you had a damn day job, man. What the hell?
I got time for that.
And
that was yeah, go ahead.
No, but I was just gonna say, but like if I really wanted to get crazy with it, I mean, I can spend 5, 6, 7 hours on just one design, but that's not what I'm doing, right? I mean, I'm just putting out, better than average designs. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, that's pretty interesting because I actually had this in for this show and for the show notes. These 2 ideas: designing 5 great t-shirts and spending as much time possible to get those done versus designing 15 decent to good text-based t-shirts. Which is better and why?
Well, who are you asking? Me or Margaret?
Well, all 3 of us. I want to see what we think about this.
Well, who do you want to answer first? Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, wait, unless it's you. Sorry.
You're so kind, Yong.
Well, like I say, I think you have to do what works for you, and as Yong, the proof's in the pudding. Yong does fewer, higher quality, and sells more of those one designs, whereas I'm casting a wide net of many designs and selling. I mean, still not as many as you, but I'm doing okay. I can't complain.
And you're seeing what's working also, because it's kind of weird because I've seen really, I don't know, subpar designs sell really good.
Look, man,
I've seen.
Glen's always being too nice, man. Just say garbage.
No.
Just say
garbage.
No.
Well,
there's a line.
I don't know. I haven't really seen a lot of garbage ones. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, there's a distinction between garbage and subpar, I think.
Yeah, and I haven't really seen a lot of garbage ones sell. I mean, I've seen them with no rank.
I've seen it, but I haven't seen them sell. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it with no rank, but I've seen subpar. Okay, I could say okay, that's decent, and it's selling. Maybe not a lot. Maybe it has a good rank, but not super crazy. Oh man, this thing's out of control. But I don't know. That seems to be working for you. And then Yong, on the other hand, you're saying at least 5 great designs, Yong, that you're trying to submit per day, or 3 per day?
Not even 5. Yeah, about 3.
Okay.
That's the most. I mean, there's been days when I haven't uploaded any, or there's days when I just do 1, right? But it's typically around 3. And and I'm just, like I said, I think, in my opinion, at least for me, I think the days of playing the number games is just is done. So I even told you, Glen, the other day, 2-3 weeks ago, I did a design, just one word. I was able to get a font that worked for this one particular shirt, and it's still selling. And at one point, it got down to 18,000 in ranking. Obviously, it's a bit higher now, but it's still selling almost every day because, and that's what we're talking about, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be elaborate, but understanding fonts, and like our guest Sue Schrader, just understanding that certain fonts do have personalities, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you can understand that and utilize that, I think your designs will really stand out, right?
I hate to disagree with you constantly.
Oh, come on, Margaret.
Well, you say. I guess I did come on here for a fight, but anyway, not a fight.
Put those gloves on.
I'll put my kid gloves on. I have to respectfully-ish disagree about the numbers game being over. I guess if you're putting out garbage designs, then you're over. But I'm getting those numbers up. I'm not putting out trash. I have the luxury of having so many slots. So, for example, the other day we did a hangout, and I created this flamingo shirt, and we created 5 or 6 of them, and maybe 1 or 2 turned out yes, I think these are the best ones. But I was like, shoot, I got 40 slots. I'm gonna upload all of them,
Mm-hmm.
And who am I to say? Like next guy over might say, "Oh, I like that one better." You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, for me, like the numbers is working, and my numbers are going
No,
up.
and that's cool, and that's cool if it works for you. That
Right? Yeah.
And here's the thing: it's like we always said this right from the beginning, and sometimes I feel like we have to kind of repeat ourselves because people always start popping off. We are not experts. We've said that from the get-go. We're only sharing what we're doing, and if it works for you, that's great. But Margaret obviously has a completely different strategy, and it's working for her.
But I still loves you.
Hmm?
I said, but I still loves you.
We love you too, Margaret.
And if you want to check out that video with the flamingo shirts, you can. It's called "Creating a Shirt from Start to Finish" for merch by Amazon. Print on demand, pick monkey, right?
That's
and
right.
make merch. Yep. And the flamingo shirts were 0 flocks given.
Yes.
Whoa, what? That was the name of the shirt?
0
Oh, I
flocks
like that
given.
one. 0 flocks
Yeah.
given.
And I when I started the video, I was like, okay, guys, we're gonna make some sausage today. You know, you see the outcome, right, of the sausage, right? But all of the mess going into creating a shirt and coming up with the idea, because I went into it with like 0 ideas. Like, let's do this. Go. Let's make some sausage. It was messy, but we got there.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a really good video and a little bit over about like an hour long, I think.
Yeah, that's why I started some smaller ones, because that is a long one.
Okay.
And so I guess going back to our little debate thing here. So Yong, you have how many shirts live?
I think 421 to be exact.
Okay. And then Margaret, you have like 1,300, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And so I don't know. I think personally, I think you need a little bit of both. Like, not great, but good.
Who are you supposed to be siding with, man?
And well, that's the thing. Like, personally, on my end, I am doing more like quantity over quality. And it has been working as far as like being consistent, but I haven't seen like an explosion of like numbers growing. Like Yong has really good numbers that have been growing per month, which I think that's really, really good. But in the same time, in my end, like it's been steady. Like I haven't seen any like huge drop where I'm like, oh man, now
I did notice that.
And so I don't know. It's been. I think you do need both, like good to great designs, and then also scaling up. So I think it's a combo of both. And a lot of people are gonna say, because they've said that with mine too, like, oh man, you have like 2,000 shirts live, and you're only doing that much. Or in Margaret's case, they could say the same thing. You have 1,300 and you're only doing that much. And I've seen it like a lot in different groups. And there's like a really important quote, famous guy. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It doesn't matter if you win. Winning's winning, right? It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Exactly. Yes. My first month, I made $7. I'm like, that's a Subway sandwich. That's a win, right?
Right there, exactly. Yong, do you know?
What? I
was gonna ask you. Do you know where?
Subway sandwich? Yeah, I got me a $5 foot long.
Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
No. Good hilarious. This guy now you get him all riled up on Subway. Who's not sponsoring us, by the way.
By the way, I also do birthday parties and all that, weddings. I got all kinds of jokes.
Do you know where that quote is from, Yong?
I have no idea.
It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Well, I have a quote from, I forget who the coach was. It was a college football coach. He said, it's all about winning. But I'm just being a jackass right now.
I was like, what?
He did say that, though. I can't remember who the coach was. He did say that, though. I'm just being a complete jackass right now. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I mean, and, here's the thing. I joke with Margaret. We talk on a regular occasion. I mean, we just talked on the phone earlier in the week. And, I joke with Margaret all the time. I'm like, even if I was at the 2K tier, nothing's going to change. I would still only upload 3 shirts per day. I mean, but I just, you guys know me. I joke a lot. nothing would change for me though.
Okay, interesting. But here's the next question for both of you, though.
Okay.
Are you or ever interested in outsourcing to fill up both of you guys at 2,000 and at 1,000?
Ah, man, yeah, I'll take this one first. I mean, I do use merch candy, but I guess that's not really outsourcing, right? I'm just really purchasing. I don't know, man. I think, and maybe it's just my my OCD, man. It's just like I need to do my own designs. Like if I was to outsource anything, it would probably be like the whole uploading process. But even then, like if they use like the wrong keywords, they'll probably just annoy the hell out of me. So it's like I have to be in control. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, if someone's out there using a VA, I mean, if there's a way you can control something like that, I mean, let me know. But I would like to. I don't want to outsource the designing part though. Again, maybe the whole process of uploading and entering the keywords and all that.
Yeah.
No.
Margaret?
No. I have gotten some designs ish. I don't want to mention the name. Rhymes with liver.
Oh, there we go.
I'm not going to get into that.
You're going to get me all fired up, man.
Because I do have a friend that designs on the site, and I have bought designs from him, they were good, Now, of course, I should have written him a note saying, will these designs sell? Do you guarantee it? No, I'm joking. But they didn't sell, but of course it was my fault. But I've had bad experiences. I don't want to get into that, but no, I'm like, it's not worth my time, right? I feel like it would waste more of my time trying to make sure they did it right than just, I'll just do it myself, right? Yeah. That's how I feel. So,
I'm actually thinking of. It's funny that you asked that, Glenn, because I'm still part of the whole graphic design community here at San Jose State. I'm a member of the Facebook group, and I don't know. Maybe I'll just reach out to some of the students and see if anyone's interested, just to kind of see what I can get in return. I mean, I know they'll do a much better job than some of these other sites. But again, for me personally, I'd rather just do my own designs. But again, I mean, maybe I'll just reach out to them and, maybe I'll post something in the group.
So there's a graphic design site? Because I'm designing shirts now.
No.
I'm doing the graphic design site.
Well, I mean, I guess technically you can join the group.
I'm teasing.
But no, I mean, seriously, I mean, and we talked about this, right? I mean, I think most universities have their own Facebook group for their graphic design program.
Yeah.
I mean, just look it up. I mean, I'm sure you can find it. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do something in the next week or two and try and experiment with that.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in agreement with both of you guys. Like, I feel like I can do them quicker on my own, like as Margaret says. And then on Yong's side, I feel like I would be way too picky as a graphic designer seeing work from somebody else. And I would probably think like, oh man, like, can you just send me like the AI file? I'll just clean it up real quick. Like, try to make it better. Like, I feel like I'd be wasting more time because now I'm going back to make changes.
Yes.
So I'm probably like in between both. Like, I can see both sides, and I think I would just be too picky about it. And I probably could scale up. I think all of us could scale up more, but you have to do what you like, what you're happy with. And if you like designing, which me and Yong do, and I'm pretty sure Margaret does too, and you like doing it, then why would you want to outsource it if you like doing that just to make money? You have to do what you like.
Yeah.
All right. So next question for Margaret. So back in November, you said that your husband was probably going to do an Illustrator 101 thing with you and show you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're asking this. I'm so glad you're asking this.
And show you some Illustrator, techniques, tips, learning it a little bit more. How has that gone? And has it gone? And if it hasn't, what are you using? I'm guessing PicMonkey. And you can talk a little bit more about that.
Yes. We did 1 video, I think, that was uploaded for him teaching me something on Illustrator. And then we recorded another one that I never uploaded because it took him an hour to teach me how to make a heart shape on Illustrator. And I'm not even joking, an hour.
Wait, I'm laughing because did it take him an hour to teach you, or it took you an hour to understand?
Probably both. Well, here's the thing, because I have an education degree, right? I taught for 14 years. So I think some people get to a level where they forget how it is to be a beginner. And so they skim over so many things that they're just like, oh, we're just doing this shortcut. And he knows all these shortcuts, and he's like, do this, do that, do this. I'm like, my mind is exploding, and I shut down, you know? And so I keep saying in a lot of videos, like, I don't mind learning Illustrator, but I can't learn it from him because I am married to him, and I want to like physically hurt him because I start feeling dumb, and I don't have a problem learning new things, but I don't like when I get to that frustrational, like, dumb feeling, So I just go back to what's comfortable and what's working, and I got a new computer, so it should handle all the fancy stuff. You can't see my hand movements. This is like, movements.
Do you still have that video by any chance?
I think it's still up there. I'll have to look and see.
The one that he's trying to teach you how to make that heart?
No, gosh, no.
That one's stashed away somewhere.
No, I think there were tears involved.
Wait a minute. Wait, do you have it or did you delete it? Because if you have it, I was going to ask you to upload it.
Oh, hells no.
No? Oh, man.
You want to hear me crying, sobbing, and like insulting my husband?
Oh, I think that'd be a great video. Are you kidding me?
Why are you trying to make me feel stupid?
You're probably getting, I bet you if you put that up, you'll probably get like another 10K subs.
Probably.
Channel will just blow up.
And then I'll get all these marriage proposals. And
wow.
I'll teach you, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'll teach you some Illustrator. I'll make a heart for you.
He's teaching you all wrong.
So what are you using? Going back to the question.
Mostly I use, plug your ears, PicMonkey.
So okay, what is that a paid service?
There's a free version, but there's also a paid version. It's really cheap. I paid at the beginning of the year. I think it's like maybe $50 for the full year. It's really cheap. Yeah. Okay,
I haven't messed with it, but I think it's pretty much safe to say that if you're experimenting with something like that, I mean, it should be relatively easy to pick up Illustrator, because a lot of those softwares they use some of the same techniques, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I know there are things that I can do in Illustrator a lot easier than I can in PicMonkey. I know that. And then the curving of the text, and PicMonkey finally got that, but it's still not like I like it. So but it works for me. So
okay, I mean, if it works for you, that's great.
And you're getting pretty quick on it too. Like even in that video on YouTube, I was like, man, like you have your kind of like little techniques and shortcuts down for PicMonkey.
Yeah,
for sure.
And even then, people are like, "You're going too fast." So that's why I'm like trying to break it down, slow it down, because I mean, not everybody can. I know it's worth it, and I do put that caveat in. I'm like, I know Illustrator is probably the better route to go. I know that this is what I use, and if you're not able, because some people really aren't able at the moment to get there, if they're just starting out, then this is another alternative. So, and I've almost like made it a point of like a pride point. I don't know, like, so there, Illustrator. Yeah.
What if we started a GoFundMe campaign to hire someone to teach you Illustrator?
No. I can't do it.
Why?
Because
time is money, Yong.
Yeah, one, there's that. Two, I don't want anyone spending their money on that. There's a bazillion YouTube videos out there, and Adobe has all their videos. It's just a matter of me applying myself. I know that.
Okay, so you have no one to blame except yourself then. That's what you're saying.
No, I blame you because now Because now you pop off at the mouth so much that I'm like, I'm going to show Yong. I don't have to have an illustrator.
I'll show this guy.
I'm doing this on PicMonkey.
So there. And
Yeah.
I'm going to upload garbage.
Young.
Okay. All right.
And did you show your sister PicMonkey? You were teaching her how to use that?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Pretty good. I mean, she's got some designs. And this is one of the reasons I started that little series I was talking to you about before, because she spent like 45 minutes trying to she couldn't figure out how to make the background transparent. And finally she called me and I was like, okay, go here, click that. Okay, you're done. Yeah.
And you said she's at the 25 tier then.
Yeah. And she's only sold one shirt. So I think they look at activity and,
That's interesting. I want to see what happens. You got to keep us updated with her progress.
I'm excited for her.
I know. Should be pretty cool. And so let's say you got a DeLorean, you're going to go back in time. You go back to November 2016. What are a couple of things, 2 to 3 things you would go back and tell your former self now that it's been 8 months later about merch?
No, just to November.
Yeah, when we talked last.
Oh dear. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. Because I am just kind of doing the same thing. So, oh dear. Maybe I need to go further back.
Right?
Yeah,
You just keep on grinding, keep on putting in more more designs.
And definitely, I join the groups, listen to the podcast, just immerse yourself in. Well, when a lot of new people that are just like newly getting into merch, and I'm like, oh, are you listening to the podcast? What podcast? Are you in the Facebook group? What Facebook group? Like, no, you gotta. Even Joe is like in our group, or his group rather. He's all the time putting these. These are the top trending designs. These are the top search. Blah blah blah. So there's just constantly information being put out there if you put yourself in the right place to see and hear it. And when you make friends with people, like I made friends with Joe, and it's like, let's do this. You're on fire. I'm on fire. We can, help people get on fire.
Yeah, you become merch minded.
Yeah. Trademark.
Yo, man, did you have that all planned out since you wrote down that question?
No, I would never.
That was pretty cool, man.
That was pretty cool. But yeah, I totally agree. I think once you just have merch, man, I think once you're just like hooked on it, it's just like nonstop from there. And that's what makes eBay and FBA so difficult. I remember one of your videos, you showed me like, well, I sold these earrings and I'm probably going to make like $5 profit. And you're like, but I don't know, because I haven't really done the full numbers yet. And I'm just going to ship these out. And I was like, man, like Margaret used to be so pumped at selling these earrings. And now it's like but here are my sales on merch.
Yes.
Like, this is what's going on now. Like, oh man, took over.
So I got a question for you, Margaret, and I don't remember if we discussed this back in November or not. Like, so what are your long-term goals with this? Like, are you going to try and quit eBay? And are you still doing FBA?
No, I quit FBA.
Okay, so you're no longer doing FBA. Is your long-term goal to quit eBay and just do print on demand full time?
I wouldn't say no, it's not.
No? Okay.
I would say I definitely switched gears. I'm not buying big stuff anymore. I'm really focused on jewelry, smalls, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But yeah, so basically, yeah, I'll still do it, but more focused. I guess it gave me the freedom to really focus on what I am more passionate about, because I'm not trying to hustle to like make that money wherever I can find it. It really freed me up to say, okay, I've got, for a while there, it was like $600-700 a month. I was like, okay, I got this $600-700. Now I can have a little more fun. The eBay stuff is, because when I first started reselling, it was just to supplement my husband's income when I stopped teaching.
Sure.
So I was only looking at I was trying to make $250 a week, maybe $800 a month, just to kind of supplement.
Yeah.
Because I've always been independent. I don't want to ask a man for money, And so that way I would have my own money. I don't have to ask anybody, hey, honey, can I have a couple bucks, whatever. you know, and now it's, hey, hon, you know, maybe we can get this van paid off. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
And
so you're not going to quit eBay, and you're still doing Etsy, right?
Yeah, eBay,
Mhm.
Etsy, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
Very nice. So I guess to finish it off, what I would say, well, I mean, you've had back-to-back $1,000 plus months.
Mhm.
What would your dream amount be per month?
Ooh, I want to be Glen Zubia when I grow up. I mean, $4,000 to $5,000 a month would be. We were just talking about this earlier because Randy still has not been approved.
Oh,
But I said, you know, if we could both get this going, and we were bringing in combined, what if we were bringing in combined $5,000? He was like, we would start taking vacations, and you know, yeah, get all of our. We don't have a whole lot of debt, but we would make sure we were in zero debt land. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go buy some sports cars. Just kidding.
No, I'm happy with my mom van. I love my mom van. Totally.
Only sports car I'm going to buy is a Hot Wheels.
Or a Power Wheels.
Uh-huh. What's a Power Wheels?
Young.
What?
Power Wheels. So they would go maybe like, what's their max? Maybe like 3 to 5 miles per hour, maybe a little bit more. So they're kind of like for the kids.
What the heck are you talking about?
They're like
Go-kart.
$300 to $500 maybe, and they have them Power Wheels. Like kids,
Nah, man,
actually
that's
drive
too
these.
much, man. Nah, I'm gonna spend $5 to get me a Hot Wheels.
$5.
What? They're like 99 cents.
I
You need
know,
to
they're
move to
like a
Texas, honey.
99 cents. Well,
Yeah.
come to California.
Everything's cheaper in Texas. You need to come to Texas.
Yeah, come to Texas.
Yeah.
I've been there many times. Speaking of Texas, dude, what's going on with your brother, man? Aunt.
Oh yeah, well he's getting married next month, so yeah, he's ready.
You tell him I'm pissed at him?
I didn't tell him yet.
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, you let him know. Nah, he's a good guy.
All the Zubia boys are off the market, yeah.
I know. Now we're done.
Hey,
Now we got to
me.
get Yong a woman and.
Hey, not me. I'm still single and ready to mingle.
I think it's a free animal.
Yeah, I'm doing my thing. Well, let's see. I mean, what else? I mean, I feel like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Planning a meetup?
Yeah. So we're talking about it, and I don't know, Glenn. Is this something that you want to really kind of mention?
Well, we've gone back and forth with like locations, and Yong says that Vegas is like a piss hole, and we're not gonna go there, and he doesn't want to go there. And so we're talking about like maybe Denver, which we did mention before in the podcast. We're like, all right, Denver's cool, somewhere we've never been. So I think we're just trying to figure out timing, and I guess who is like in that area, and if they were really willing to meet us in Denver.
Well, I know Margaret said that she'll be interested in going.
Yeah.
So I know Margaret will most likely be there. And I've talked to a couple of other members, and they said that they will be willing.
Yeah, we had some other guy too that when we kind of first announced it, he was like, "Oh man, I'm in Denver. Like, come down here and blah blah blah." So I thought that was really cool. So maybe Denver would be the location.
Dallas
Give us
is
some of your
also
feedback.
central, but I don't think Dallas is as hip as Denver.
I've been to Texas. So here's the thing about Vegas. I've grown up being a fight fan. I used to go to Vegas so many times per year. I can't even. I mean, I've literally probably been there like over 100 times by now. Okay, and I just spent the whole week there this past December. I don't want to go back. Okay, I'd rather go do something that I haven't done. And I've been to Texas enough times, and I was talking to. What was that? I see you smiling. What?
I said there's never enough.
Oh, okay. But I was like, well, I've never been to Denver, and I know Glenn had mentioned that he had never been to Denver, and it's close enough where we can get there relatively quick. Airfare will be cheap, so we were thinking on Denver. So if there's anyone in Denver and you guys would be interested, please just let us know, just to kind of get a somewhat of a number of who would show up.
Yeah,
Sure,
email
just the three
or
of
merch
us.
buttons.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, let us know email or through Merch Minds Facebook group.
Yeah, and if you guys are in the group, you guys can always tag us as well, and you can even tag Margaret. I mean, Margaret's always very active in the group.
Yeah.
That was there was a long pause there for a second. I kind of got confused for a while. I was like,
I'm just saying, like,
what
even if
happened?
the three of us went, like, that would still be fun. I would still go if it was just you
Oh,
guys.
of course, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll come, whatever.
We get into all kinds of shenanigans, man.
That would be fun. And then, like, yeah, pictures, Instagram.
Yeah. But
Next time. Yeah, anyway.
well, cool. I mean, is there anything else, Glenn or Margaret?
That was good for me. I got all my questions in.
Okay, Margaret, you have anything?
Not necessarily. I'm still coming up with my top 5 Yong rant lines.
Yeah. How many do you have?
I think we got 4
20.
going. I think we got top 5 out of 37. No.
Top 5 out of 37.
My
Nice.
personal favorite is I'm about to lose my damn mind.
When did I say that?
Or you say he's lost his damn mind. Or
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. I like that one. Yeah. Song
Top
good
100 Yong rants.
fun. Song good fun.
it is,
But you know what? When you do have that top 5, I definitely want to hear what you have.
yeah.
So
And you have to do it in the Yong voice.
I don't know if I can do it.
I have a sexy voice. Okay.
I'm about to lose my damn mind. Like
People
that kind of sexy?
No, people come. I don't know what that was, but people compare my voice to like Barry White.
Oh, you mean a man sexy voice?
Hey, just yo. A Barry White, yeah. But before we go, you know what? We're actually having a little too much fun. This is fun, man. Margaret, I'm so glad that you're here. It's always fun to talk to you. We always have a good time. But in case people want to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
Well, I'm on Facebook at Texas Gal Treasures. And I'm also, I have an email, texasgaltreasures@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And on Facebook, whatever.
Facebook.
YouTube.
Glenn.
What did I say? Sorry.
Glenn. Oh, go ahead, Margaret.
I said Facebook again. YouTube. Sorry.
Okay. Glenn, what about you, man?
Hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. You can email me, and hustlerhacks on YouTube.
Okay. And unfortunately, guys, I am not on YouTube. I don't have enough time to do all that editing and stuff. But you can always email me, Yong@geekhustle.com. You can tag me on Facebook. But before we go, just as always, just want to remind everyone, if you guys are looking for designs, check out my bro Travis over at designcandy.io. Pre-made designs are ready to go, ready to be uploaded. $10 a pop. I mean, he's done all the research for you as far as niche. If you tell them that me and Glenn sent you, he'll hook you up. He'll hook you up. All right. You get 2 free designs. If that's not a hookup, Master P will be upset. That was a joke, by the way.
Kids don't know who Master P is.
Yeah, of course. Margaret, Margaret's from Texas. She knows who Master P is.
I know who Master B is, but
yeah. So, yeah, go check him out. Tell him we sent you. It's been a fun episode. Margaret, come back and see us whenever you have an open invitation. And how come you never invite us to your show?
I have 2.
When?
Like every freaking week, I'm like, "Hey guys, if you're around, here's a link."
I don't recall getting those emails.
Okay, I quit after like the first 27 times, and then you're like, "No, man, no."
Well,
Hey guys, I feel like a little puppy dog, like a lab. Like, hey guys, you wanna come? Hey.
Oh my God! I think the last time you invited me, I was in Atlanta for that conference, so there was no way. I thought I could. I thought I would have an open afternoon, but it just I didn't.
Yeah, again, open invitation for us too. Where right now we're doing Mondays at 1.
Okay, so that would be
that's Central
11,
Time.
That's 11 my time. Cool.
Yeah. And what is that? 12 Glenn's time? We're all on different.
Yeah,
it's Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll start dropping the link again. I quit after a while because you can only take rejection for so long.
And we're not rejecting you. We're just like,
I know, it's
she's our rival. I don't know if I want to be on that show.
It's not just me anymore. Well, it's not just me and Joe anymore. Now we got Jeff and Chris and
Jeff. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have to combine chop it up with you guys. Well, thank you so much, Margaret.